Můžu? Ahoj lidi, moje jméno je Michal Tomčík, jsem teďka na Lloyds College v Rickově třídě, kde vám Rick ukáže pár triků, co se týká angličtiny. Hello Rick, you can start.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. My name is Rick. I'm just going to give you a quick example of a very short lesson, something that we may do in an IELTS class, for example. Okay, have got to. This phrase tends to confuse a lot of students, and it is difficult. Okay, we'll start at the beginning. I have a pen. I think everybody knows that. Fairly simple. Also, we can say, I have got a pen. Same thing. Exactly the same. Popular, common in many countries. Okay, now also we can say, I have to work on Saturday. I think all of you probably know that. Very similar to I must work on Saturday. Also, we can say I have got to work on Saturday. This is perfectly okay. This is common, this is normal, very normal in many countries, but it is a bit confusing for some students. I understand it is a bit difficult. And what makes this even more difficult is the native speaker pronunciation. Native speakers, very often, we don't say the have. We should say it, but often we don't say it. And pronunciation of this, got to, native speaker pronunciation, very often we say gotta. So, for example, I gotta work on Saturday. I gotta work on Saturday, mate. Very common, confusing for students. This is the Australian pronunciation. In the USA, it's more like that, gora. I gotta work on Saturday. Sorry for my terrible US accent there. I gotta work on Saturday is common. Also, you can have questions. So questions, in the USA they don't like this questions so much. Have you got to, gotta, work on Saturday? Yeah, I hear that question a lot in Australia. I think it's probably not so common in the USA. I think they don't like that in the USA. Have you got to work on Saturday? Have you gotta work on Saturday? The negative, for example, I haven't got to work on Saturday, is really not common. I don't recommend it. I occasionally hear a few people saying it, but it's really not common, particularly in the USA. So I don't recommend it. For the negative, you'd have to use this one. So I don't have to work on Saturday. Okay, so that's just a brief, short lesson about this phrase here, got to, which I know can be a bit difficult for some students, and I hope it was useful for you. Thanks very much.
Tak to byl Rick a jeho krátká lekce. A já doufám, že se brzy potkáte s Rickem, když navštívíte tady tuhletu college, a budu se na vás těšit. Ahoj!